Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Saman here, your grammar teacher. Today we are going to study International Kangaroo Science Contest 2020. This is past paper of class 5 and 6 Benjamin level. So let's start with it. Question number 1 is a radio converts electrical energy to light energy to sound energy, mechanical energy to sound energy, electrical energy to kinetic energy. Kinetic, you know that the energy which is produced due to the movement of an object is called kinetic energy. But the answer is electrical energy to sound energy. It converts the electrical energy into sound energy. You hear the sound at the end. So for radio, it converts electrical energy to sound energy. Number D option is correct. Number 2, a mushroom has the following characteristics. It reproduces by spores. It is a plant. It lives in the aquatic environment. It has chlorophyll. It contains a single cell. Here you can see the picture of a mushroom and there are spores on its body, and when these spores fall on the ground, a new mushroom is formed. So it reproduces by spores. This is the correct option. About the solar system, we can affirm. Affirm means confirm. The closest planet to the sun is Neptune. No, this is wrong. Mars is known as the red planet. Yes, this is the correct option. The planet Mars, it appears to be red because the soil of this planet is red. So that's why it is known as red planet. This is the correct option. Saturn is the largest planet in the system. Uranus is the farthest planet from the sun. It contains 7 planets and star Venus. So rest of the options are wrong. You can see the solar system. You can see that which one is the farthest and which one is the largest planet. Okay, number 4, green algae and brown algae have the following common character. What is the common character between algae? Both algae, they have root, stem, leaves. They consist of one cell. They are part of the bacteria kingdom. They live in the terrestrial environment. They feed through photosynthesis. This is the correct option. Green algae and brown algae both just like plants. They produce their own food, and the process with which they produce their own food is called photosynthesis. So number D option is correct. Which of the following optical instruments provide an upright virtual image that is equal to the object? Now, the first is magnifier. Magnifier, you know that it is an instrument through which you can see a thing 10 times more bigger than its actual size. Concave mirror and the convergent lens. Convergent lens is from the concave and the concave mirror and the convergent lens, both they do not give you upright image, and because one of it concave and one of it convert the lenses, so you don't get an upright image. Then the microscope, you already know that the things that we cannot see from a naked eye, we use microscope for that. And the flat mirror is the one which has this quality that it gives you an upright image and a virtual image. Real image is not formed in the flat mirror. Virtual image is formed and it is upright. So this number D option is correct. Which of the following plants produce seeds? Fern, moss, pine, seaweeds or lichens? So pine is the correct option. Pine trees are called चीड़ का दरख्त हम इसको कहते हैं पाइन को. They have the cones and they produce seeds. Okay, so pine is the correct option. Which of the following is an artificial satellite? Moon, you know that this is a natural satellite. And then comet Halley. What is this? I have made some sticky notes with the words so that it will be easy for you to remember the definitions. So comet Halley is a short period comet visible from Earth every 75 to 79 years. Okay. Then Ceres is a dwarf planet. Ceres is the largest object in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and same is Vesta. Vesta is also located approximately 100 million miles from Earth in the solar system's main asteroid belt. Both of Ceres and Vesta both are dwarf planets that are in that moves in asteroid belt, and they are called the dwarfs planet. They're already there in the solar system, and they travel and they orbit between the Mars and Jupiter. But artificial satellite is Sputnik 1. Okay, Sputnik 1 is the artificial satellite. Moon is the natural satellite, and Sputnik 1 is artificial satellite that is sent by the man in the space. Which of the following animals does not have spine? Spine is called the backbone. Okay, so this is a boa. Boa is the snake. Okay, it's the name of a snake, and you know that snake also have spine, and it is not just like human beings are having or the other animals are having. It is the backbone of the snake is of a cartilage, a soft bone. Okay, cartilage is a soft bone. Then Isbil, Ibisbil is a wading bird, and it lives near the water and swims in the water also. Rahu, you know that it's a fish. Elephant is a wild animal. Crab. So crab is the one which is not having the backbone or the spine. So number 8 is the arteries and veins have the following common character. They have, okay, first you should know what are arteries and veins. Arteries are the vessels which carries the blood away from your heart, okay, and veins are the ones which carries the blood from the body to the heart. Okay, both are having different functions. So what is the common thing between them? The common thing is they carry the blood away from the heart. No, this is the task of arteries. They carry oxygenated blood. No, this is wrong. The arteries carry oxygenated blood only, not the veins. Veins are having deoxygenated blood, that is moved to the heart for the oxidation. They carry the blood towards the heart. The veins, they carry the blood towards the heart. They are connected by capillaries. They carry non-oxygenated blood. So number D option is correct, because arteries enters into veins, and how they are connected? They are connected with capillaries. Through capillaries the blood moves. Okay, so number D option is correct. Plasma is one of the fundamental states of matter and consists of, you know that there are, how many states of matter are there? Solid, liquid, gas and plasma. Solid you already know, liquid and gas. But what is plasma? Plasma is a liquid at high temperature. Okay, it's a liquid at high temperature. It's not just a liquid. At high temperature, liquid is called plasma. The separation of the white light into its component colors is called, okay, what is this phenomena called? Optical mirage. Now you should know what is optical mirage. Mirage in optics, the deceptive appearance of a distant object or objects caused by bending of light rays. Okay, if you ever experience this mirage, like if you are traveling in when it is too hot, especially when it is too hot, you experience mirage. And mostly the people who are in desert, they experience mirage, that when they are passing through the desert, they see the slimy liquid surface away from them, from at a distant place they can see that slimy image. That is called mirage. Even when you are sitting on the plane, the pilots, they also experience this mirage. Not only in the plane, you can experience this in your car also, that you see that there is a water in front of you at a distant place. That is called mirage. Okay, so this is not the separation of light. This is wrong option. Total reflection. Reflection, you know that when the light is reflected back, bounce back. Refraction, what is the definition of refraction? Refraction is the bending of a light. It also happens with sound, water and other ways as it passes from one transparent substance into another. Reflection is when the light is bounced back, but refraction is when it passes from the object, within the object. That is called refraction. Then what is polarization? Polarization in physics is defined as a phenomenon caused due to the wave nature of electromagnetic. Okay, then dispersion. Now this is the definition of separation of light. The phenomena is called dispersion when the light is white, when the separation of white light into its component. When the white light is separated into its component, this is called dispersion. Okay, now next is in the ecosystem of a coniferous forest, the fir tree is what? Primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, decomposers or producers. Now first is primary consumers. Okay, in the ecosystem of coniferous forest, the fir tree, we are just talking about the fir tree, it is a primary consumer. It consumes from the nature. Then number 13 is three magnets are placed close to each other on a wooden board. See the next image. What will happen to magnet 2? Now you have to tell about 2. There are three magnets, 1, 2 and 3. Now before that you should know that how magnet works. if the two magnets having the same pole are placed in front of each other, they are going to repel. North and north, they are going to repel definitely. But if the two opposite orbits are in front of each other, then they are going to attract south, because there is repulsion in the same the poles and attraction in the opposite poles. South and north, they are going to attract each other. So the best option here is it will approach magnet 3. The magnet 2, it's going to incline towards magnet 3, because south and north pole, they both are going to attract each other, and both the north poles, they are going to repel each other. So magnet 2 will approach magnet 3. Number D option is correct. The turtle and the swamp frog have the following common characters. Now here you can see turtle, it's an amphibian, and you can see the frog. See what is there, sorry, tortoise is reptile, and this frog is amphibian. They belong to the reptiles group. No, both of them don't belong to the reptiles group. They belong to the amphibians group. No, one of it belongs to the amphibian group and one from the reptiles. They are invertebrate animals. No, this is wrong. They are not invertebrate animals. They lay eggs in aquatic environment. This is also wrong, because the tortoise, it lays eggs in the sand, whereas frog, it lays eggs in the water. They breathe through gills, because both are land and water animal, aquatic animals. So both have also gills, so that they can swim in water, breathe in water. They breathe through lungs. Number B option is correct. Number 15, which statement is true about light? It propagates at the same speed in any environment. It means that the speed of light cannot be changed in any environment, the environment doesn't affect. This is wrong. It cannot propagate in vacuum. It means that it cannot travel from the vacuum. It propagates only in a straight line. Yes, this is the quality of the light, that it always travels in a straight line. When the medium is placed between, then definitely it will be tilt or reflect back, or you can say transmit the light back, but the line will be straight. Okay, it always travel in a straight line. It only comes from the natural light sources. When it comes from the sun, it reaches the surface of the earth after 15 minutes. No, so number C option is correct. Next is, the petals of the rose are colorful for, why the petals of the rose are colorful? To attract insects. Attracting insects. Photosynthesis. No, photosynthesis is done by the leaves, the green leaves. Insects reproduction. No, definitely insects don't do their reproduction in the petals of the leaves. Then plants protection. No. Breathing. No. So the flower is made beautiful so that the insects are attracted towards it, and they get the pollen from there, and they help in reproduction. Insects help in reproduction, but these petals, they are just to attract the insects. Okay, number 17. When an apple detaches itself from a tree and falls towards the surface of the earth, we can say that at the moment of detachment, it has the maximum kinetic energy. Definitely when it will fall down, then it will have kinetic energy. Immediately before reaching the earth, it has the maximum potential energy. No, it was having a potential energy when it was hanging on the tree. It was at the rest position. The apple was having potential energy at that point. If no external forces are involved during the fall, the mechanical energy is preserved. What is mechanical energy? You can see mechanical energy is both kinetic and potential energy. Is the energy of either an object in motion or the energy that is stored in object by their position. So when the apple is not detached from the tree, it is having a potential energy. When it detached from the tree and comes down, falls down, then it will have the kinetic energy. It means that it has both energies, mechanical energy and kinetic energy. So this option, number C option, is correct. Okay, and the rest two, they are also wrong, that at the moment of detachment it has elastic potential energy. No, the elastic potential energy is when an object is stretched, then the energy that is stored in it, that is called elastic energy. At the moment of detachment has no energy. Definitely it is wrong. At the point of attachment, it was having a potential energy, because it was at rest. Okay, number 18. When referring to reproduction, the common characteristics of pine and apple trees is that they have flowers with colored petals. Pine and apple tree, what is the common characteristic? That they have flowers with colored petals? No, pine doesn't have the flowers with colored petals. They have seeds formed by the flower. Yes, this is the correct option, that the seeds that are formed, the seeds are formed by the flowers. Apple tree, if you have seen the apple tree or the pine tree, they have the small flowers which produces the seed. They have fruits that contain seed. They have flowers. The pine tree, they are having the cones. Okay, and then they have flowers called cones. All no, flowers are not called cones. They have flowers that contain the egg cell. So number B option is correct. 19. Choose the correct statement regarding the optical instrument. Now first you should know what is optical instrument. Optical instruments are the devices that process light waves to enhance an image for a more clear view. Okay, optical instrument, it helps you to see the things in a bigger form. Okay, a periscope helps us to study very small objects located near us. What is periscope? A periscope optical instrument used in land and sea warfare, submarine navigation, and elsewhere to enable an observer to see his surroundings while remaining under cover behind armor or submerged. Okay, no, a periscope, we have seen the function of it. This is not correct. By using the microscope, we study cosmic objects. Okay, it's not also true. Submarines are equipped with telescopes in order to observe the objects located on the surface of water. जी. Okay, number D, refracting. Okay, number D is refracting telescopes are used by philatelists, and no. Then number E is the kaleidoscope produces several symmetrical images of the same object with the help of flat mirror. Now here I added the definition of flat. This is kaleidoscope. It's not appearing. Yes, a kaleidoscope is an optical instrument with two or more reflecting surfaces tilted to each other at an angle so that one or more objects on one end of these mirrors are shown as a regular symmetrical pattern when viewed from the other end due to repeated reflection. So this is kaleidoscopic kaleidoscope that helps you see the image. Mama? जी बेटा.
Me baby boy.
Okay, fine, I'm coming. Mama. Okay, next is which of the following statement is true about water? Okay, what is true about water? It is used by plants for feeding. Near the forest, the humidity is reduced. In living beings, it is present in small quantities only. This is wrong. Germination of seeds take place only in the absence of water. No, this is also wrong because we need water to germinate seed. Deforestation reduces flooding. This is also wrong because forestation, they help to reduce floods. So the correct one is it is used by plants for feeding. The water is used by plants for feeding. If they don't have water, definitely they cannot go for the process of photosynthesis. They cannot make their own food. So water is very important for plants for their food, in the making of their food. Okay, 21. In order to reduce the frictional forces with the environment, number first is bicyclists stand upright and wear white clothing. Okay, and then swimmers keep their arms wide open. We have to consider the fact that there is friction only with water, not with air. This is wrong because if you know the definition of friction, friction is produced whenever two objects are rubbed together, they produces friction. So there is friction in water and in air. You find the hindrance definitely. If you just throw any ball, or if you see the meteoroids or the shooting stars, then they fall from the space to the earth, towards the earth's surface, it's get hot. Why they gets hot? Because of the friction in the air. So water also have friction, air also have friction. Speeds skaters wear tightly glossy clothes and keep their hands close to their bodies. The friction of a car with the air does not depend upon the shape of a car. It is wrong. It depends upon the shape of the car, and that's why speed skaters, they also keep their surface area close by tightening up their arms and wrist, and by also wearing the tight clothes, their friction is reduced. Okay, so this number D option is correct. In order to reduce friction, the speed skaters wear tight glossy clothes and keep their arms close to their body so that they can receive minimum friction. Okay, which of the following uses cilia for movement? What is cilia? This is the definition. Cilia are small cylinder hair-like structures present on the surface of all mammalian cells. So these are the organisms, microorganism, Euglena, amoeba, paramecium, volvox or influenza virus. Which one of these are having the cilia? Cilia, paramecium is having cilia around the surface of the of its organism. These are small hair-like structures that are called cilia. So paramecium is having cilia. What is true about the shadows formation? Okay, now here you can see this is the light source, and from here the light is striking towards an object over here. This is a sphere. Now you can see that the light is falling on the sphere, and here we are having a shadow. A shadow is formed. It means that the light is not passed between from the within the sphere. There is a shadow over here. Then this also makes a shadow, a bigger shadow on the flat surface. So the correct option is that an object will form a shadow if it is opaque. Opaque is something which is not clear. Okay, it means that this sphere is opaque, and the light cannot pass from this sphere. That's why this shadow is formed. This is the correct option. Here I have made a sticky note. You can read out that transparent objects cannot form a shadow. They are only formed in opaque or translucent object. If there is a transparent object over here, definitely all the light is going to pass from within the sphere also. So the shadow will not be formed. But here the light is having a resistance over here. It cannot pass from the sphere. That's why shadow is formed. So this is an correct option. An object will form a shadow if it is opaque. Opaque means the blur, or the one from which the light cannot pass. Okay, number 24. Which of the following colinterrates can be found in the sea? Sponges, corals, worms, mollusks, or arthropods. So these are the corals, and you can see the definition of these. An aquatic invertebrate animal of a phylum that includes jellyfishes, corals, and sea anemones. Okay, so these are found in the sea corals. Okay, next is which of the following statement is true about electric current? It is produced only if the circuit is closed and contains an electric battery. Now you know that circuit is always formed when there is no hindrance between it. All the circuits are closed, and there is a electric battery with it. Then the circuit is complete. You can see the other options also. It represents a chaotic movement of electrons through a conductor. No. It represents an order movement of protons. No, it's not about just the protons. It is measured with an ammeter mounted in series with the battery when the circuit is open. When the circuit is open, then the current cannot pass. Okay, it has the same value no matter how many circuit elements are connected to the battery circuit. No, this is also wrong. The first one, in which only if the circuit is closed and contains an electric battery, then the current can complete its cycle and current can pass. Okay, number 26. Pollen grains are formed in stalk, sepals, petals, carpels, or stamens. Pollen grains are formed in stamens. Here you can see the definition of stamens. The pollen producing part of a flower, usually with the cylinder filament supporting the anther, that is called stamens. So pollen grains are formed within the stamens. Okay, regarding the flat mirror, we can say that What is flat mirror? We just saw in one of the option. A mirror that has a flat reflecting surface is called a plane mirror. The image formed by a plane mirror is always virtual and erect. The image formed by the plane mirror is the same size as the object. Okay, we just saw it in other option also, that the flat mirror, they always give you virtual image. It does not give you real image. It gives you virtual image and the image is always right. Okay. Okay, now the next one is, yes, the image is always upright. Okay, it reflects light diffusively. No, this is wrong. It forms the image of the object situated behind it. The image of an object is formed at a distance equal to half the distance between the mirror and the object. It forms upright virtual images equal to the size of the object. It gives you the same image, virtual and upright. It forms upright real image equal to the size of the object. This is wrong. Okay, it gives you a real image is formed when the rays of the light after reflection or refraction actually meets at some point, whereas virtual image is formed when the rays of light after reflection or refraction appear to meet at a point. Okay, in the, what is the difference between real and virtual? In virtual image, the light rays, they do not form a real, they do not meet at a real point. Okay, but in real image, the rays of light, they meet at one point in, so that's why it gives you a real image. But the flat mirror, it gives you virtual image. You have to remember this. Okay, number 28. The part of the flower which produces the seeds after fertilization is definitely the egg cell. Egg cell is the one which helps in fertilization. Okay, the style, the plant of ovary, stigma, and the other options are wrong. Okay, next is a meteor. What is a meteor? A small piece of matter that falls from space with great speed, producing a bright light as it enters the Earth's atmosphere. That is called a shooting star. Okay, meteor is a shooting star that we can see, the a small matter or a thing that comes from the space to our Earth. That is called meteor. Okay, what is meteor? We just saw the definition. Is the same as meteoroid. Now you should know that what is meteoroid. Meteoroids are objects in space that range in size from dust grains to small asteroids. Okay, now what are meteoroids? Meteoroids is these are the objects that are in space. Meteor is not the yes, it is also an object in the space, but it comes down to the surface of the Earth, and in between it burns. It, before reaching to the surface of the Earth, it burns out. Okay, because of the friction. So what is the difference? Meteoroid, they are the objects in the space, and they are having different you can say shape and sizes. Okay, next is a small body made up of stone or metal orbiting outside the Earth. No, is a meteoroid that has reached the surface of the Earth. Due to the friction with terrestrial atmosphere, it burns completely before it reaches the surface of the Earth. It's the same as meteoroid. Okay, this definition is correct, that a meteoroid, I just told you that these are the small objects. Meteor is also one of that meteoroid, but the difference is that the meteor, it crosses the space and comes towards the surface of the Earth, but before coming to the Earth, it burns out. It completely burns out because of the friction. Okay, so number D option is correct. When a light beam falls on the windshield of a car, the light is fully reflected. Okay, that it the light bounce back. It does not come inside the car. The light cannot be absorbed because the windshield is not black. Okay, then the light is transmitted through the windshield only if there are passengers in the car. Definitely no. The light phenomena of reflection, transmission and absorption occurs simultaneously. This is the correct option. So see the last one, only light reflection and transmission phenomena occur simultaneously. Here it is saying that absorption does not take place, but all the three phenomena, reflection when the light reflects back, transmission that it is transmitted from the windshield, and absorption that it is absorbed also. All the three phenomena take place simultaneously. This is the correct option. The last option is not correct because absorption is missing here. So this is all of the paper of class 5 and 6. Hope you have understood all the concepts, and inshallah we will be doing the next paper. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz.